Hi there traders, this is Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explain and our regular weekly macro watch update for the week commencing the 17th of May 2021. Inflation spooks big tech, but stocks rebound from weakness. Now before we take a look at the macroeconomic and geopolitical developments in here for the past week, I'd like you to hit that like button in here if you like what you're seeing on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe to that YouTube channel. So what's happened in the last week? Well, the data has been inflationary. US CPI came in at 4.2% from a year ago and 0.8% up from March, significantly higher than expected, with US inflation at its highest level since 2008. Now, this data has heightened US inflation concerns, which had already spooked big tech stocks throughout mid-May. Here we're seeing the Nasdaq significantly lower in here over the past couple of weeks, but we did see a decent rebound at the end of last week. Elsewhere globally, tensions in Israel have had little impact so far on wider financial markets as of yet. And also the Indian COVID variant is spreading in the UK and Europe, though without significant negative impacts on death rates again as of yet. And in the cryptocurrency world, the markets were extremely volatile as Elon Musk seemed to withdraw support for Bitcoin whilst the Dogecoin price stayed elevated. So let's take a look at the global financial market developments of the past week ending the 14th of May. Well, stocks in here broadly stayed positive in here, having had a significant sell-off in the early part of last week, but rebounding, selling off with those inflationary concerns, selling off with the big tech here, the S&P 500, but then rebounding back up close to that all-time high set earlier in May. Here we see the Nasdaq though again underperforming in here, the broader index in here, a more significant sell-off in here for the past couple of weeks, but we did see a rebound Thursday through Friday. But the Nasdaq has underperformed the S&P now for the past straight 5 weeks. The US dollar tried to recover in here and with a positive correction threat earlier in the week with that inflation data. However, we did see a setback, but the US still trying to signal a more positive correction theme. And on that front in here, we also saw the euro set back in here through the middle of the week with that inflation data, but rebound at the end of the week. But at the moment, we're still looking for a potential negative corrective euro setback threat going into this week. And the pound also had a surging rally, mostly because of the success in by the Conservative Party on the by-elections and also on the local council elections, pushing the pound higher here against the dollar. But we did see a setback again through the middle of the week, with the pound still potentially in correction mode. On the commodity front, gold stays very strong in here, with generally the US dollar weak in here. So we're seeing a stronger gold theme, although in a consolidation last week, still sitting up near multi-week, multi-month highs. And oil was also in a consolidation theme in the through last week. We did get a setback, but then saw a solid rebound at the end of last week. And although the copper price has corrected lower from multi-years highs, the upside threat from the bullish breakout that we've seen April through May remains very much intact. So let's take a look at the week ahead, the week commencing the 17th of May. Well, we're going to be monitoring, as ever, lockdown easings in Europe, monitoring to see if the improvement in the number of cases of COVID in Europe is allowing for those nations to ease lockdown measures. We're also obviously going to be monitoring those COVID-19 cases, particularly the spread of the Indian variant in the UK and in Europe. And also watching out for potentially heightened tensions in Israel. Is that going to see an escalation? On the central bank side, Christine Lagarde, the president of the ECB, speaks on Tuesday and Thursday. And we get the FOMC Fed minutes published on Wednesday. And on the macroeconomic data front, an important week for inflation data. Big focus on inflation at the moment. We do get Chinese industrial production and retail sales to kick off the week. Japanese GDP, UK employment, EU GDP, and then Lagarde, as we said, speaking on Tuesday. And then we get the first of our inflation data, UK CPI and Canadian CPI on Wednesday, followed by those Fed minutes. We get the Australian employment report and ECB's Lagarde speaking again on Thursday. And then we get Japanese CPI coming on Friday, Australian and UK retail sales, along with Canadian retail sales. And we finish off the week with an important set of data, that flash manufacturing and service PMI data from markets. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. Again, don't forget to hit that like button on the YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with you very soon. Until then, take care and stay safe. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.